Hello, anybody, and thanks for tuning in to Monday Morning Handicapping. This is a racing preview edition of the Eddie Read Stake, a Grade 2 event at Del Mar on July 28th, 2024. It's a mile and an eighth event on the turf for 3-year-olds and upward, and my top pick is number 4, Easter, 4-1 on the morning line. What I like about this horse is I can make some excuses for his last 2 races, and before that he won 3 in a row, including an allowance and 2 grade 2 events, which is what this race is today. He adds blinkers, he does have a closing style, but again, I can make excuses for his last 2 runs. The last one being he was the far outside post, sort of forced to take back early in the race, and the race before that he was drawn inside, and entering the stretch he went well wide and ran second to one of the favorites in this race today, trained by Bob Baffert, who got an inside trip in the stretch, whereas my horse had to go wide. He also faced the racing favorite and the second choice last time out and got a bad trip, just had to take back early and make his run. He's also adding distance compared to the last 2 races, so I think that suits his running style. Johannes is a little bit of a front runner, and while there isn't a lot of speed in this race, I think he will be forwardly placed. Same with Dujour. I don't think he's going to let Johannes get loose on anywhere near the lead. So I think that's going to set up nicely for the number 4, Easter, who probably won't have to take back, but can kind of make his own trip, look around him, see what's going on, not be forced to the rail, not be forced back. And he's adding blinkers, so I think he's going to be a little bit more engaged early. The trainer, while he is cold right now, just 1 for 12, is a notorious turf trainer, so his horses should be coming alive, just sort of law of averages. He can't run this bad forever. The jockey, also kind of same story. He was 18% last year. He's real cold right now, 1 win from 19 starts. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the last race and point out what was a detriment to number 4 Easter and why I think he can improve from that. So our horse is number 11, and what really costs him here is the break. Obviously, he's kind of a closer, so he has to go slow and see him go towards the rail. He's just losing ground right now, just trying to get to the rail to save ground later in the race. And this is only a 1-mile race, whereas the Eddie Read that we're looking at is a mile and an eighth, and that's really going to help out his running style. Plus, he's more drawn to the inside in the 4-hole, so that's why I can kind of forgive this race. And let's take a look at the second most recent race. So here's my horse in the turquoise on the outside, whereas Dujour, the second choice favorite, is this black and yellow on the inside. You'll see my horse takes to the outside, goes wide, where this black and yellow gets a nice rail-saving trip on the inside and just goes on with it, whereas my horse is closing, has somewhat a little bit more kick late in the race, but the 6 just got the trip, and my horse was left in the dust in the end. So I think my horse can get a better trip, and the 6 just got a perfect trip that race, so I can kind of forgive that loss. Plus, again, the added ground. This horse just seems like maybe a little bit of extra ground, and not having to go wide or take so far back his last 2 races might benefit him greatly. But overall, there's not a lot of speed in this race. The speed that I thought had a look was the 8, a bit of a class jumper, but with these high pressure stakes and going in the added distance, I just felt like taking a little bit more of a classier horse. Great turf trainer, like I said before. He's won a couple of grade 2s. Last 2 races maybe didn't put out his best effort for reasons that I can excuse. So there's my top pick for the Eddie Read Stake, a grade 2 at Del Mar. Good luck to everybody playing. I will back this up with a racing review edition. See how the race went, see if it went to my prediction, how my horse did, and reasons why it ran well or didn't run well. But thanks for watching, and see you next time.